Whether one decides to visit Kuala Lumpur's Chinatown during the day or night, there is always something to excite the senses. During the day, the Chinatown experience begins at the crack of dawn. Take a walk along the streets that ooze with old world charm. You will find many food stalls and restaurants selling authentic Chinese hawker fare. Traders in the pre-war buildings getting ready to open for business, while the wet market nearby is bustling as fresh produce is unloaded. Come dusk, the main streets get crowded with both locals and foreigners, all taking in the sights, aromas and sounds, trying their hand at bargaining for anything from trinkets to souvenirs, watches to fashion apparel. Food and drinks are also plenty. For the benefit of those who are not familiar with KL, where exactly is Chinatown? Located in the heart of the city, it consists of three main streets: Jalan Sultan, Jalan Petaling, and Lorong Petaling. A shop owner identifies Jalan Sultan as where the major vendors and budget hotels are found. Jalan Petaling Street, as what the Chinatown is loosely referred to, is the core of the night market scene in Chinatown. Eateries like McDonald's and a Nando's restaurant are found here. Then, there are the 3-star and budget hotels, a bookshop, local eateries, all along rows of pre-war shop houses. Another famous landmark in the area must be the busy bus terminal Puduraya, making it even more convenient for locals and tourists alike to visit Chinatown. It is no wonder that Chinatown is in the must-visit list for foreign visitors to KL. Beyond its appeal, what is the real estate story of Chinatown? So what's new in the area? Is there any investment potential?
Chinatown has historically been KL's trading hub from the early days, and today it's becoming a hub for tourist attractions and retail trading on a wholesale basis. Notwithstanding, I think Chinatown's losing its charm already, and I think City Hall is trying very hard to regain its charm, to make it a true Chinatown, as in the same meaning as what we see in Melbourne, what we see in New York. Fantastic potential in the area. I think investors already know it. A few transactions last year took in the heart of Chinatown on Petaling Street itself. Pre-war shop houses going for about 2.8 to 3.2 million, which is actually encouraging. People are actually trading, looking at the potential. I think the upgrades got to be City Hall really needs to upgrade the place, not just in terms of the infrastructure like the drainage and transportation and walkways, but I think to also encourage the local Chinese population, the traders that are defragmented their business, to actually come back into Petaling Street, to actually create a very, very strong interest and to create the culture of Chinatown back again in Kuala Lumpur.
There's been a considerable increase in budget hotels there. Budget hotels are fully booked, especially on weekends. An existing budget hotel operator from Singapore has bought a 5-story building for Malaysian ringgit 6.5 million within the same area due to the good demand for hotel rooms.
There have not been any fundamental changes in road designs nor in the shops there. Some shops are being used as storage centers for the night market traders. Although traffic congestion is a problem, Chinatown remains a hotspot for locals and tourists. A budget hotel operator in Jalan Sultan says occupancy rates are high in Chinatown. His family used to be in the textile business back in the 1960s, but turned budget hotel operators in the 1990s. Currently, he manages 2 budget hotels in the area. The business potential has not gone unnoticed. The man says business has been competitive. In the past 3 years, there has been nearly 6 to 7 new budget hotels in Chinatown. Room rentals are going at an average of 70 ringgit to 80 ringgit a night on non-peak periods, and the same rooms would cost 180 ringgit during peak periods. Most Chinatown shop owners are reluctant to discuss rental rates, following the repeal of the Rent Control Act in 2000, which saw a doubling of average rent for some pre-war buildings there. Prior to the repeal, rents of most pre-war buildings were only a few hundred ringgit. According to a property industry source, two adjoining ground floor lots along Jalan Sultan are being rented out for 33,000 ringgit, just about 10% higher than what it used to be back in 2003. The special rate, he says, was because these are long-established tenants.
Since 2005, there was not much changes in value. Maybe if you look at it, it can be about 5 to 10% increase. And then and that area has gone through a bit of facelift with new structures and everything, covered area. And in the future and time being, I don't see any other new development in that area.
Rental rates 3 years ago for ground floors of Chinatown buildings were at a range of 15,000 to 20,000 in the prime areas. It has been reported that transacted prices for the pre-war shop houses do not show a consistent pattern. In 2003, a 1,500 square foot plus unit was apparently sold for 1.8 million ringgit, whereas a 2,400 square feet unit went for 1.38 million, and a 2,500 square foot plus unit was sold at 1 million ringgit. Thirusilvam says the property value of the pre-war freehold buildings there depends on which street it is on. Referring to his records over the past 2 years, 2-story pre-war buildings along Jalan Petaling with land area of 1,800 square feet to 2,400 square feet were on the market for 2.8 million to 3.2 million ringgit. Meanwhile, those with land size of 2,200 square feet to 2,400 square feet were going for 2.2 million to 2.5 million ringgit. The 4-story to 6-story buildings with land area of 2,400 square feet were on the market for 3.2 million to 4.5 million. The consensus among the property consultants remain that property values in Chinatown will continue to rise due to its location and demand for retail and accommodation.